So yesterday was day 2 of jury selection in Diddy's case, and before we get to it was a lot of what I had already talked about before. Them going through the questioning, there were 16 people added to the jury pool, mostly men. But the story that broke yesterday was the fact that Diddy added a new lawyer to his team. It's a black woman attorney. Her name is Nicole Westmoreland. Now she is, and this is listed in the story for whatever reasons, and we'll get into those. She's a survivor of sexual assault. Now her alleged sexual assault happened back in 2001 when she was 19 years old. And when it happened, she actually went to the police. And the man that she accused was arrested and charged with rape. He ended up pleading guilty to aggravated assault with intent to rape. And she is coming in the case. She's having been worked on other cases with Mark Garagos, who, his daughter is one of Diddy's lead attorneys, and Brian Steele. Now, from what I'm hearing, she is a beast when it comes to cross-examinations and, having to question people on the stand. A lot of people who've been following her career, yesterday when the story broke, were having a conversation about the fact that they think that she was brought on specifically to cross-examine the victims, the 3 victims who will have to testify because they were subpoenaed. Most importantly, they think that she's going to be somewhat of, I guess, like a secret weapon when it comes to the cross-examination of Cassie on the stand. Now, ask me why all of this information about her sexual assault background was posted and plastered as the announcement.
Why? Why is this the headline about her?
I think that it is the headline because there's a narrative that wants to be painted that, okay, if there's a woman, a black woman that is a survivor of sexual assault and rape who is willing to stand next to Puff, they're trying to, it's a character thing. Whoever it is that is, making sure that these stories are positioned this way, they want to make sure that character-wise, it looks like, okay, he has someone who has actually been through this, who has survived it, who would understand the traumas of it, who obviously believes what he's saying because she's here defending him.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so that's just an update there. And also, too, when they were going through the jurors yesterday, one of the jurors came right out and said that they think that Diddy is a horrible person and that they've been watching and looking at different things on social media even after they were sequestered. So they struck him, that person. That person's not going to do it.
He didn't want to do it anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, I just really think that goes to show, and it's kept coming up on the first day, it's going to be real hard to get people who absolutely have never seen a headline, never clicked a story, never anything.
None of those people exist. Like, you're really just taking people's word that they haven't seen these things, but it's impossible. The Diddy jokes have been made every single place in every corner of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Well, in other news, Tom Brady actually spoke out about Shedeur Sanders in the draft in a sit-down that he did with the Paul brothers. Let's take a listen to Tom Brady explain whether he was involved with Shedeur being picked later or not.
Elephant in the room, Shedeur Sanders. What happened, Tom? Why did he go so late?
I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or to
Skip Bayless
see
says
that.
otherwise.
No. Well, everyone's got that's the problem with media is everyone can just say whatever the they want and get away with it.
Crazy.
It's kind of unfortunate because there actually used to be a lot of integrity in media.
Yeah.
And there's way less now because everyone needs crazy voices to get heard. So nobody knows. And I actually texted Shedeur because I know him very well. And I said, dude, like whatever happens, wherever you go, that's your first day. Day 2 matters more than the draft. I was 199.
Yeah.
Who could speak on it better than me? Like what that really means. Use it as motivation. You're going to get your chances. Go take advantage of it. So there's a lot of growth that needs to happen.
If I was your daughter, that'd be the biggest mentor I'd be leaning on right now. Tom Brady, okay?
Right.
Like Tom Brady said, I was number 199. I think he got picked in the 6th round. There's nobody I would be looking to for more motivation than Tom Brady.
That was the last pick of the draft, right?
It was 6th round. Yeah, there's nobody I'd be looking to more than Tom Brady.
Right.
And he's right. It's all about what you do once you get to Cleveland.
You get that
And you know what
opportunity.
else I like about Shedeur? He's already in Cleveland. He's already in Cleveland, touching the community, talking to people, talking to the kids. He's been handling this fantastic, man. Drop on a clues bomb for Shedeur.
Yes. And the podcast that I mentioned, it's hosted by Logan Paul. It's called Impulsive. And when
I've been impulsive before. Salute to Logan Paul.
you said you've done it before? Mm-hmm. That's fire. And what he's referring to when they talk about Skip Bayless is Skip Bayless had tweeted out that it is now, after the draft stuff was happening, it is now pretty clear Tom Brady, who mentors Shedeur, told the Raiders not to take Shedeur, duly noted. So that was what they were referring to. And I thought that you talking about mentors. In this conversation, Tom Brady talked a lot about mentors and who's mentored him in his life. And he listed a bunch of other people who didn't go first round, second round, like really late, that are huge names now. But then he also gets into his relationship with AB, Antonio Brown, after Antonio Brown was let go. Let's take a listen.
What's your relationship like with Antonio? We've had him on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted the best for him. You know, I think I saw a spark in him that I thought if put in the right place, you know, how incredible it could be for not just the team he was on, but for his life and what he could accomplish. And I always hope for the best for him. And I met him, and I always admired him as a player. And then I got to play with him, and I actually saw in the meeting room like how he could take information and bring it to the field. And we picked him up at the Patriots, and he played one game, the opener, second game of the year against Miami. The next week in practice, we're playing the Jets. We didn't have an incompletion the entire week of practice, and we released him Friday afternoon. You know, there was just a lot of things that were happening in his life and that he needed to focus on. And then we ended up going to Tampa, and then he came back after a suspension in Tampa. And I just thought, okay, if I can help him, I'd love to help him because he'd help our team, he'd help his life. And then, so again, I always root for the best.
I want to correct that. Was was Antonio Brown let go, or did he just leave? Because didn't he just walk off after?
The Jets game is when he just walked off. No, he was in the Buccaneers when that happened. He was playing for the Buccaneers when he walked off. But that was the Jets game when he walked out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then so in response to this, AB saw the clip and he responded, "AB helped Tom Brady win. ... So yeah, there's that. And I think that they're back and forth from listening to this interview. I've never listened to Tom Brady talk extensively, but from listening to this, I think that Tom Brady meant very well by everything he tried to do for AB. It just came in and out, didn't work. That's it. That's all I got. What?
Came in and out. Didn't work. Crazy.
Shut up. Just hush.
That's it. That's all that we have for this hour.
All right. Well, thank you for the latest with Lauren. Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
4 after the hour, man. You know, we need a guy named Andre Brodenax. I think that's how you say his name. He needs to come to the front of the congregation. We would like to have a word with him. I don't have no sympathy for people who commit home invasions. Andre committed a home invasion. We'll discuss.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Hey, y'all. It's Lauren LaRosa from The Breakfast Club. Sorry to interrupt, but y'all know how I do. So I'm here to talk about Top Dog Law. Y'all hear Top Dog Law all over your radio, and I know by now that if you want top dollar, you should also know this. You gotta call Top Dog Law if it's about your car accident. Don't let these little family lawyers finesse you into a little check. Shouldn't nothing be little this season. Remember, for any serious accident, injury case, Top Dog Law gets you top dollar. So make sure you call today to find out what your car accident, your slip and fall, or your construction accident case could really be worth. And calling Top Dog Law is completely free also. It's free for a consultation. Call Top Dog Law today to see if your case is eligible for compensation with no money down. So make sure y'all go holla at my dogs, no pun intended, over at Top Dog Law. That's Top Dog Law on Instagram and topdoglaw.com. Now, let's get back to The Breakfast Club.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.